We're going live.
All right. Hello and welcome to tonight's episode. Wow, I can't speak.
Epicede,
Episode,
Epicede,
episode
Epicede.
of Lost Legacy, which is our live play D&D. Well, a few of our players are either a little late or might not be able to make it, but we're gonna still play because I'm free and I got a bunch of people who are also free, which is two people. But it's good. We'll introduce who's here. I'll also say who's not here, and then we'll do a little bit of a recap, and then we'll jump into it. So we'll start with Rennie up top.
Well, hello. I am Rennie. I will be playing Disbin Tenderfoot, Goblin Paladin with the Oath of Vigilance subclass, a homebrew subclass that me and Gene came up with. I will also have the joy and honor of controlling the MVP of our group, Sir Reginald, the Celestial Warhound. Um, Fun fact about Dizzy is that his first toys were carved pig bones that he drew little eyes on and mouths on, made them fight each other. Uh, um, but if you want to find me in other spaces, I do run games on startplayinggames.com. If you want a campaign run, if you want a one shot, if you're looking to maybe see what's out there, check out my profile and feel free to message me with any info or requests.
Yeah, during the ad break, there will be a link and all that cool stuff for Rennie's stuff. All right, next will be Norm.
Hey everybody, I'm Norm. I'll be playing Kellen, gnome artificer. He's going to be also known as Kaboom. He likes to make things blow up. He does that through various devices, but he really can't wait until he gets those fireball spells, and he knows they're coming soon. And he is going to make some magic. And another unknown fact: Kellen is always thinking like where his future goes. He always saw Norm as like a role model, so he's been kind of thinking about mage, but Kellen is the kind of guy he wants to be able to do everything. So he's kind of coming up, plotting a strategy, and he's going to kind of see where it goes. So maybe rogue, maybe mage. We'll see. Kellen will figure it out.
Yeah, you gotta hit that nice like pinnacle point of artificer, and then you kind of branch out.
11.
Yeah. All right. Maybe joining us late, hopefully, will be Tom, who plays Heath, who is definitely a cleric. Um, definitely.
Super duper
Uh,
cleric.
and then also Sam is playing. Sam is playing Otasesh Krosk, who is our dragonborn, also actually a cleric, who is kind of having a little bit of a crisis with his sentient magic item. But I am your GM, Gino or Gene. And yeah, let's kind of get a little bit of a recap. Oh, special stuff you can do with your points is you got little like potions at the bottom of your screen, and they allow you to give either player inspiration or DM inspiration for whether you want me to hurt or help them. And you can spend your points to do that, and it generally is like gives them advantage or reroll depending on when it is spent. Besides that, yeah, I'm not really got any projects going on, but here we go. Last we left off, so our heroes have gone to the Wizard Tower and Academy of Fulguratus, which is a large glass-like pillar or tower that raises all the way into the clouds, which pierce the tip of the air elemental node that kind of touches our prime material plane in Chaldea. There, the Cumulus Conclave, which is like a cloud city that floats on these sky islands, and it has just enough magic and touch of the elemental plane that it kind of suspends itself high in the sky. The weather there is protected by a storm giant known as Thorun, who has made a deal with the Wizards of Fulguratus for countless years. Um, our heroes are trying to get an audience, or at least inside Fulguratus, which has been closed off to the public and most aspiring people. they are waiting in line or a number counter to in order to get a an audience with the council to help hopefully plead their case and be able to meet with Ralford, who no one has seen in the past at least 200 years. Um, the heroes, kind of knowing that they just had time to use, kind of looked at some old job boards. There, they found a job that to hunt these a rock or two rocks, one of them which attacked them on their way here. They also investigated. They went to a carnival where they were offered another job to help get a pet in quotes back for a Jin for an unnamed prize, maybe a wish, I think. I forget exactly. Um, and then they met with an Air Ganassi conclave, an elder Nebula Stormgust, who told them that an heirloom was stolen by some harpy bandits. She said that she had to divine where the heirloom was because she could not find where the thing, so maybe come back to her. But good news. Maybe you have found the people who stole it. Besides that, there was another job to catch lightning in a bottle, yet that has not been investigated yet or to be done yet. And with this, you are now currently assisting the uh, the former knight, an old Asimar named Banzabeth, who apparently knew Garth the Strong, and he has a Pegasus named Arcandrus. And unfortunately, Arcandrus fell in the Harpy attack, valiantly fighting, and that's where we start our session. With a whining howl, Reggie begins flying over to stand over the Pegasus Arcandrus. You watch as the sparkling kind of miasma of like the celestial nature is kind of like wisping and bleeding off. Reggie kind of runs up, does like a nuzzle and like pushes the Pegasus, but the corpse does not move. Again, another large, mournful howl. At this time,
Gene, can if I see Reggie kind of nosing at this thing, I'm gonna tentatively reach out a hand and put 2 points of healing through lay on hands.
as you reach out, your energy dissipates into nothingness. Joins this glow. Banzabeth flies over and like he looks distraught. He kind of like falls to his knees. You know, one way looking at Kellen, who he violently hurt. You know, when he was controlled by these harpies, and then he looks to his friend, who if his will was stronger, maybe he could have helped save. And you see tears leaking down again. Similar miasma, similar like starlight, kind of bleeding from his form. Um, your other two friends, Heath, kind of begins to try to like calm down the baby bird that was also turned against you, but luckily beat into breaking the charm and very hurt but alive. And he begins calming his while Otisesh begins sifting through the dead. Uh, what would you guys like to do?
I think at this moment, Dizzy is gonna kneel next to Arcantrus's body, and yeah, I think he will kneel, and he'll kind of hang his head low, and seeing Banzabeth in pain, I think Dizzy's gonna be quiet for a few beats, and then go. He fought well, and even though he may be going wherever it is they go, and he will watch the tinkling lights kind of drifting away. He remembers you. He'll always remember you.
as you begin to say this, kind of like there's no like you don't know where the light is coming from. You don't see a sun and a horizon, but I will say, Kellen, and maybe even Dizzy, you notice this. The sun begins to hit Dizzy just right, and you watch his shadow as he's like kneeling over this Pegasus. His shadow grows to roughly a large, muscular figure in a full plate. The armor doesn't quite match Disbin's shadow, and to Kellen, make me a history check.
Okay. That would be a 26.
Uh, you met this shadow before. This is the same armor that Garth the Strong is bound to.
Oh, okay.
And you see it kneeling, and you watch as the miasma kind of flows up into a ball, a nebulous ball, and then kind of re-stretches. So it's kind of like this, uh, it's kind of like this starlight pattern in the shape of this Pegasus. That was kind of like its spirit rose above, and you watch as this shadow and begins kind of like beckoning Arcandrus to him.
But I'm just going to
Arcandrus,
stand there aghast. If I can get Disbin's attention to so he's able to see this, he will probably get a lot out of it.
yeah, maybe, yeah, Disbin, maybe you feel like a chill in the air, like something has shifted in temperature, that like it maybe gives you a pause for a second. Maybe like your like supernatural senses begin to tingle as you kind of feel, opposed to normally like the bitter or the like horrible stench. It smells like home for a second.
I think tears in his eyes as he will kind of look up and see the source or try to find the source of this
Yeah,
this strange
and
energy.
as you kind of look and you guys watch, where your shadows elongated to this form, beckoning, you see Banzabeth looks with a face of shock. With a solemn nod, the shadow nods to Banzabeth, and you all hear, in a voice you've heard before, but not many have in a few hundred years, "You have done well, my friend. It is time for you to rest." And you could tell that this is aimed toward Banzabeth. And you watch Banzabeth's like shoulders kind of slump, like whatever weight he's been carrying, you know, whatever torch has been lit, whatever duty that he felt he had, and it kind of like weighs, and he kind of like slumps, um, and then he looks to Arcandrus, and he goes, "You were my faithful steed. You carried me many places. Your duty, you served beyond. It is, if you wish to join me, you can." And Arcandrus kind of like does like a snort, of a much more intelligent horse than it should be, and it looks down, and you see it. It kind of like makes contact with Reggie, and the shadow nods, and you watch Arcandrus rear up, and then at the same time, a loud howl comes from Reggie, and as Reggie howls and the horse rears, you watch the stardust gather and suck into Reggie's mouth. He begins to kind of take a glow and shimmer, and you watch as spectral wings, similar to Arcandrus's, kind of flow off of Reggie, uh, with a almost comical in the moment dog shake. The sparkles and dust go away as the wings fade from sight,
Oh my
and
god.
as you look down, Arcandrus's body is no more. There's nothing left of the celestial being.
Um I think some tears roll down Dizzy's face He'll put a hand on like Reggie's neck, and he just says very quietly, "Thank you."
You, for the first time in your mind, hear two voices speaking simultaneously. It's not a picture or an image, which is normally what you get from Reggie. You hear, "We serve the order, and we serve you now."
Does he just nods solemnly with the weight of that responsibility?
And like definitely you feel like you get the weight of like something that has seen many more years than a lifetime of like beyond Reggie's nature. Um, and it kind of like you see Banzabeth kind of like gasping, but like he seems to be like processing a lot in this moment. And he kind of takes a moment, brushes his hands off, says a quick prayer, and you see a loss in him, but he seems to be holding himself together as of right now. So yeah, what would you guys like to do? You see Otisesh is dragging a bunch of these harpies over.
I guess when the moment's gone, and Kellen is always uncomfortable in these kind of situations because usually life's happy, but something here he's kind of afraid to do anything to like that's any kind of shows any kind of not like disrespect to anybody. So he's got to kind of stand there and kind of fidget until he feels it's appropriate to kind of get back to what Kellen does. Let's see what we have. I almost fell through the nest to try to get an item. I want to see like what's next for us.
So you have a plethora of objects that you found that are of magical nature. Roll me quickly an investigation check.
Okay. 17.
Okay. So as you've piled everything up, um, you you also kind of search the harpies real quickly. They have very mundane items. Some have bows. Some have some. They mostly claws. But on that strange druidess, you find a. I don't know how to describe it. Hold on. Let me see if I can get an image of it. It kind of looks like a skull. And I'll see if I can get an image. Or if I can describe it a little bit better. There we go. Yeah. So it looks like a a skull that is like pieced together gems to form this skull.
Hmm.
Um, and I think I can add this to somewhere. Yeah, let me find out. I think I can add this real quick. Do, 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 do. All right. Hold on. Let me add that for you guys. Okay. Yeah, I should be able to kind of throw it up on the page. Nope. Come on. Oh, there we go. I have to make it much bigger.
Oh, I see it.
Yep. There we go.
Yeah.
So kind of like that gold skull with all the gems and stuff encrusted around it on the right hand side.
Ooh,
Oh
it looks
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. This is gonna have to be identified.
So there we go. I was like, I knew I could throw it up. Um, and that is an additional item that you have found. So to kind of categorize it, you found a bunch of art objects, a bunch of money, a wagon with some trade goods in it. You found an orb, a pipe, a cape, a globe, which is just another orb, a boomerang, a pouch full of dust, a box with a bunch of pieces of paper in it, a nice looking cloak, some goggles with like owl motifs on it. You have found a necklace that has 4 prayer beads, and that
Wow.
seems to be whatever this skull object is.
The question is, do I start identifying these now, or we just kind of want to get it packaged? Because
Well,
that fight was pretty
um,
brutal. We can't really take another attack.
at this time, you guys begin to hear thunder in the distance. And you recall that Banzabeth, before you kind of started searching, called for Thorun to join you to help carry back the rocks and
Right.
help do that part. And you hear thunder rumbling in the distance. That kind of snaps Banzabeth out of his reverie. And I believe Thorun will be here likely within the hour.
Well, in the meantime, then what we do is we have essentially two bags of holding. So it's a matter of trying to get all this stuff packaged between the two bags, so
I
we
think
can.
with the majority of everyone's help, you guys can get the items easily put away during this time period. And if you want, I'd even let you. You can identify some of the items.
Oh, I'd love
Obviously,
to.
you have an hour so before this guy comes. So tell me what 6 items you would like to identify.
Let's do skull and gems. That's on the top of the list for sure.
Okay. So as you begin to kind of like inspect it with your goggles, um, the skull-shaped device is filled with knowledge. It's a device that weighs about 5 pounds and it's covered with subtle etchings and planar sigils. This is known as a mimir, Mimir.
Okay.
What it does is, if you are attuned to it, you can toss it and it'll float around you and kind of near you. Um, as an action while it's floating, you can cast Legend Lore. The device
Oh
speaks,
boy.
and the device speaks the revealed lore aloud. Once the property
Wow.
has been used, it can't be used again until the next dawn. The other thing is, this device has planar knowledge. The device knows basic and useful information about the planes of existence. While the device is floating, it verbally answers questions you or anyone you designate poses to it about that topic. It knows the information about the planes, as well as basic information about the gate towns of the Outlands, which you don't have to worry about. Might um that's the first thing. So what's the other item you'd like to do?
Let me see. Let us do
You got
the.
prayer beads. You've got some orbs. Uh,
Uh, let's do the cape.
okay. Okay. As you kind of begin studying it, again, you know, readings kind of go across some of your arcane devices. This is a cloak of protection. Oh, sorry.
Nice.
Sorry, you did the whatever. Don't worry about it. There is a cape. I forgot, but there's also a cloak.
There's
Um,
there's the cloak. Yeah.
Well, then I'll
so
do the cape and the cloak together, just to forsake.
uh,
Just
the cape is a cape of billowing.
going.
Yes.
Oh, gives nice theatrical effects.
So you have 3 more items you can look at. So you have goggles, you have a box of papers, a pouch of dust, a boomerang that looks very similar to Dizzy's boomerang, a strange globe, like a smoking pipe, an orb, and you have the
Man,
necklace
there's so much.
with some
How
prayer
about box
beads
with
on it.
papers? The stuff that probably looks so innocent. That's the stuff that's going to be the
Okay.
good stuff.
As you begin to kind of cast it, you discover that this is a box of paper birds. It has 7 pieces of paper. What it does is you can write a message and you can tell the bird to go to that person and it will go to that person and deliver the message.
That's pretty
How
cool.
many paper birds
It,
are in there?
it has 7 sheets of paper.
7 sheets. Okay.
Let me see. How about the pipe?
Uh, as you kind of look through it, you notice that it is a pipe of smoke monsters. So you can light the pipe and smoke it, and I believe you can make like a small cubic foot of smoke into like minor illusions.
Okay. Let me see. What do you think? The necklace or the goggles? What do you think?
Mm, let's check out the goggles. You like goggles?
They're fascinating. Okay, let's do it.
As you kind of look at them, you notice that the lenses on them are kind of like almost a little bit like tinted with like a yellowish sunstone. These are goggles of night,
Goggles of night.
which you know at least two of your friends don't have dark vision.
Yeah,
One of them maybe. I don't know if Keith might have it. All right.
very
That's all.
interesting.
Is that all six for now?
That's one, two, three. I have five. That must be another. Yeah, that's six. Yep,
Okay.
did six.
So that's what you get, and as you hear the rumbling get closer, you never see any strikes of lightning. You see a large gray cloud approaching. As
Well,
the
let's.
cloud kind of uh, banks up against this island, and during this time, Banzabeth seems to have walked over to the small, the large but very injured rock and begins tending its wounds, as he seems to understand the animal husbandry of taking care of a hurt and winged animal. Um, um, you guys you guys kind of you know the rumbling stops, and you see a a huge figure. You see probably one of the biggest beings. Well, you just fought a rock, so maybe not the biggest being you've seen, but um, something a huge humanoid. Um, Let me see. Da-da-da-da. Storm giant. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Kind of like covered in like giant tattoos. Nope, that's not what I want. Oh, actually, I can just do that. Yeah, and if you look at the stream, you can. I kind of put the picture on the stream but I could put it in Roll20, but it's a little bit harder for me to do. So I'm just gonna do it like this, where you see this lightning clad, kind of streaking from the eyes, hair waving wild, grayish blue skinned, kind of covered in like giant runish tattoos. You see a huge humanoid, um, kind of just step off, hovering just gently above the island. And Ban the Best kind of waves down. Well, this male presenting figure kind of steps forward, and in a booming voice, "I see you were successful, Banzabeth." And again, it like boom. His voice rocks with thunder as he says this. And Banzabeth kind of like waves and nods, and you watch as Thorun steps down. He goes, "Little ones, I am Thorun, and I do appreciate the job you have done. I will be fed well today."
You're welcome. Dizzy will shout.
He goes, "Well, if you wish, I will take care of these and bring them back to my home. When you are
Uh,
rested and tended to your wounds, meet me
uh,
there."
excuse, excuse me, sir. If I might ask, I I was speaking to a master dwarf, a smith, and he said that he would have need of these as well. Perhaps you would consider, or I would recommend that you give him one, as he was very interested in when I told him that we were trying to do such a thing.
Yes, yes. come, like I said, I will take care of these birds at my home, where I have the facilities to butcher properly and defeather and take pieces. I will be keeping one for myself, as Banzabeth has made this deal, and the other you will be able to do with what you wish. But I will make it much more manageable for you little folk. And as
Uh,
he laughs, and
Thank you.
boom, 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 bellows with his the clouds kind of
As Kellen's
vibrate.
Kellen's falling down with the vibrations, but he thank you.
He goes, but I also
Sorry.
hear your magic might run out, so you may wish to leave uh, shorter than later. As you guys know, that the spell you took only lasts about 8 hours of flying of the
Yeah, then
wind
we better
walk.
go.
He goes, meet me at my home when you are less injured. You tiny folk are so frail. Banzabeth, we will talk later. And you watch as this storm giant just like hefts one of these birds over his shoulder, and he just like places it on this giant thunder cloud that seems to be more or less solid, and he does the same for the other bird. And I go, and yeah, he seems to be smiling. There's crackling lightning that comes from his eyes. Yes, come speak to me. I will see you in whatever time you need. We can discuss your payment. And
Mm.
Banzabeth nods again, also clutching his ear. Uh, and this giant steps back onto the clouds, and he takes off. And this is where you realize that he doesn't fly nearly as fast as you guys were moving when you were walking on the wind, which is
Oh,
there we go. Oh shit.
oh,
Nope. There we go. And as this large giant steps over on the cloud, it begins to take off. Um, hey, Sam. Welcome. I know you're eating.
All good. How's it going? Happy
Good,
to
good.
be here.
Yeah, hell yeah, brother. So just to catch you up on what happened, um, you guys begin. You and Heath were kind of dragging the harpy bodies back to the nest to kind of like look around. You found a strange gemmed skull thing on the harpy druidess. Also, you watched as the Pegasus is kind of like floated into a miasma of like celestial energies. um, Reggie let out a loud howl in mourning. Banzabeth also seemed a little bit broken up. During this time, the light kind of weirdly hit Disbin as Disbin was like kneeling and trying to give comfort, and you noticed his shadow grow into a very familiar figure. The armor, it looked like the shadow of what you last saw Garth the Strong's armor. Kneeling and nodding. He kind of nodded to Banzabeth and like said, "You served well," more or less, and offered Arcandrus's like celestial form a day to to finally take his rest after serving Garth for so long. And Arcandrus decided instead to join Reggie and to continue to serve. And in that moment, he reared up. Reggie let out a loud howl, and the energies kind of combined as Arcandrus' celestial form. His energy flew into let Reggie. For a moment, Reggie had like Pegasus, like sparkling celestial Pegasus wings. Then he did one of those like silly dog shakes, and all of the glitter and celestial dust kind of washed away, and he just kind of looks like himself, no wings. And when you all look back, the Pegasus body was completely gone.
Cool. So Reggie, this all happened, but he just looks like normal Reggie. He doesn't have like an
Yeah,
extra glow or anything now. Okay.
for a moment, he had like that outline of like these Pegasi wings, and like and then like did the dog shake, and just all this like
Yeah, yeah.
celestial dust just like kind of vanished off him. And
Adorable.
yep. And then you guys kind of took a bit of a bit of a rest because you were waiting for the giant to appear. Um, and during that time, Kellen identified the skull, which the weird gem skull thing, and it looks like it is a planar device, which lets you kind of like you can use legend lore and ask about the planes. He identified a cloak of protection, a cape of billowing, a box of 7 paper birds, which are birds that you can fold up, write messages, and they'll fly to whoever you say they send them to. Um, a pipe of smoke monsters, and I think that might be it. There might be others, and the goggles of night, which are goggles that'll have like owl etchings that let you see in the dark if you don't have dark vision. But that is what the hour took, and kind of searching the harpies, all you found was that weird gem skull. You did not find any real other valuable things. And we are kind of that's where we're picking up, where they have just met Thorun, whose voice booms like thunder. He said he'll take the 2 rocks back to his place, and when you are all healed up and back, come visit him, and he will give you one of the rock's parts, but dissected. He's keeping one for himself, and he will also reward you for providing him this creature. And that's all you missed. That's where we're at. Oh, kind of, you guys have gathered your things. You know that this wind walk will not last much. You have a few hours left on it, but you would rather it not run out before you get back. Banzabeth kind of wipes away some celestial tears, and kind of sheathes his weapons, and he's definitely moving. It seems like a little bit slower, a little bit less strength, or maybe not strength, but conviction to the way he moves. Um, and
Gene, I wanna kind of give him a hand if I can.
he accepts. He goes, a lot has happened. I apologize to you, young Kellen, for striking you. I don't know
Uh,
what that creature took. Its song made me see things that were not true.
they made me see things too. It is not your fault. I do not bear you any ill will. Without you, we would have died.
He goes, maybe I'm getting a bit slow in my age. Maybe my facilities are not as strong as when I was serving. It may be this might have to be my last adventure, I guess. I I'm a little lost, but I appreciate you all have done great. You have helped this land, and I think you have made the travel to the Cumulus Conclave safer. And that is that is nothing to be ashamed of. That is though there are losses, you have done great things. So the good outweighs what has happened. Um, hmm.
Lord Banzabeth, if I may, if you say that this is your last outing in the field, I think we would all understand. But just because your time out here may be done, there are young minds and ears that could probably benefit from your wisdom. The Bastion is always looking for teachers, and Master Thaddeus is not getting younger. Just a thought.
Hmm. Yes, Master Thaddeus. What a young lad. Uh, I think I belong in the sky. That is why Arcandra stayed with me. But I think you make a good point. Young minds, and as he says, young minds, he looks to that rock that was just born. Yes,
Hmm.
that I see. There might be purpose for this old man yet. And he kind of he
Well,
has he has he you watch him like walk a little bit toward the young rock, and kind of like reach out a hand with some food, and the very injured bird, takes it reluctantly, but like he nods.
Very cool. I guess I'll kind of go over to Kellen and Odyssesh. Um, so are we going back? Do we want to? I mean,
Let's go. Yeah, our work here is done.
Certainly seems that it is time to move on to the next adventure.
maybe Tharoon can help us with this ticket. And Dizzy like just shakes his head. Um, all right. Well, I guess I have to think gaseous thoughts. And Dizzy will turn into wind.
You let out a little toot, and then eventually turn into a cloud-like form. Banzabeth kind of speaks to this creature, pets it, and kind of tries to usher it to follow. And let me roll a d20. See how that goes. Okay. The creature doesn't seem to understand him, but it like follows, and then as Banzabeth becomes gas, kind of circles it and begins taking off, and the creature curiously will begin to fly after. Um, After about 2.5 hours of flight back, where unfortunately you cannot speak because you are cloud people and you don't have mouths, it's a little bit of a silent trip, but it is a trip. Um, you eventually come upon the cloud. You come upon the Cumulus Conclave as you return successful in your journey. You guys pass Thorun's Thundercloud almost within 15 minutes of you leaving. He is not moving at the same speed you all move. It is preposterous how slow he moves comparatively. Smells too good. And then you guys kind of begin to coalesce down. Um, I will say that you guys kind of Banzabeth kind of lags behind to make sure the rock stays with him, but you guys, make your way ahead. Um, and eventually you land back at Banzabeth's kind of like ranch farm. And within like a half hour, Banzabeth joins you. And within so you guys kind of land back. You have some time. So I will kind of tell you what the items are. So
Okay.
the the orb is an orb of direction. It's an orb that lets you know what direction you are in or wherever it's facing. There's, like I said, a pipe of smoking, a cape of billowing. Uh, there is a drift globe, a storm boomerang. There is a pouch of pixie dust with 10 uses. You have the.
Give me 1 sec,
I might be
please.
able to add these to your D&D Beyond, but we can figure it out. Yep,
I mean,
you
I'm
have.
doing it right now.
Okay.
Drift globe, pixie dust. What was the other item?
Storm boomerang.
Storm boomerang. Thank you.
Uh, there's the box of
Okay,
7 paper birds.
got it.
There's a cloak of protection.
Got it.
There are goggles of night.
Cool.
There is the Mimir, Mimir, which is the skull. And there is a necklace of prayers, which has 4 beads. It has a. It might be a little hard to make this item specifically because it has a list of the beads in it, but it has a bead of blessing, a bead of favor, a bead of smiting, and a bead of curing.
Blessing, smiting, curing. What was the other one?
Favor.
Favor. Thank you.
And that is all of the magical items that you have acquired. So, you guys have some time to like take a real short rest. You
Good.
are, yeah, as Banzabeth finally arrives, uh, and brings this baby rock to that little nest that's kind of outside of his house. Uh, and the bird begins kind of pawing it. He's fed some food, and Banzabeth rejoins you. He goes, "Well, you have done something great for me, and I appreciate it. I hope the treasure that you have found is adequate in the payment for this job, as I promised. I will, tomorrow morning, I will head to to the consulate, and I will see if I can do anything to help you uh, in your ascension to speaking with the council. I will put in some words for you.
Thank you.
So, I need someone to roll me a d6, and you want to roll high.
Who wants to do it?
I'll
You
do
do it,
it.
Norm. Or
You do it,
Sam.
Norm.
Yeah, Sam. Take it. Yep.
2.
Not good.
Okay. Due to his meddling,
And
you all will raise you will lower 200 in the standings.
Oh man, it's still like a million away or something.
Yeah, you're only at 4854. You're fine. Uh, but so he'll begin speaking to them on your behalf. Um, so you kind of have the day to yourselves before you know Thorun will be back. You have these new magical items. Uh, I will say, Dizzy, you're the one who spoke to the air ganassi, correct?
correct.
I would say, without much of an insight, you have a feeling that the Mimir is the heirloom they are seeking.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take the short rest though. At Banzbeth's place.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yep, me too.
Dizzy is pretty beat up, but he looks a lot better an hour later. Um, and yeah, so I'll take out this skull that we found, and I'll kind of talk to everyone. And I'll go, so I believe this is what the Ganassi, I'm guessing it's one of their heirlooms. Kellen, when you took a look, just out of character, just for everyone in the party, you can find all our treasure in the party inventory tab. I've added all the items there.
Okay.
So
Oh.
you said this mirror could we could cast a spell with it that would let us find out like legendary and almost maybe even lost knowledge.
Yeah, it's actually quite amazing.
I mean, I would like to return it to the Genasi, but maybe we use it once and maybe twice even, and we get some information. Maybe we can use it to help Otisesh. Maybe we can use this to help with fighting the cult. I think there's a lot of good that we can do with it, but eventually I'd like for them to have what's theirs.
The Ganassi said that they're going to pay a lot for it, right?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember what they said that they were willing to pay for it, but they might even just let us have access to it. They might just let us use it when we'd like.
Hmm.
Gene, can I make a check? Even though fucking Disney's a dum
They did.
dum.
They did not tell you what they would give you for it.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, under the job, I don't have a pay, but you did. I think from the insight of it, like you know that to them, it is worth a tremendous amount. I mean, honestly, you just assessing it yourself, this object is an incredibly powerful object.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, I don't know the. I know it'll take some time to sort of get in tune with the item, but um, I mean, it also looks like we have quite a bit of coin and stuff as well. If we wanted to buy anything, I mean, again, we should probably work on trying to get into this the tower as fast as we can, with Tharoon's help and Banzbeth's help. I mean, maybe we'll get closer than we think.
Okay. Let's go through the items, see if they'll help any one of us. Looks like the necklace is listed twice, unless we have two of them.
Which necklace?
Necklace of prayer beads.
It is listed twice for some reason. Don't ask why. I'm deleting one of them. The one that is customized is the right one because I put the beads that we still have access to in the customized one.
I'm certainly not a cleric.
I have to switch people around. Give me one moment.
Broke everything. Sorry, guys.
No, you're good.
Hey.
I had to move things because of your name and where it appears in Discord. So I was like, because you didn't log in, I was like, oh. But that is easy peasy lemon squeezy for me to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the question is what do we want to do? Do we want to sell some of this stuff? Does anyone have a particular desire for anything here? These prayer beads seem pretty powerful.
And just a quick recap, as I gave to Sam, I will give to you, Tom. You started the session with Arcandris kind of fading into a celestial miasma, sparkling away. Reggie put out a mournful howl. You watched Disbin's shadow grow into a similar figure of Sir Garth the Strong's shadow, nodding to Banzabeth to say you've served your duty, and then offering Arcandris to come join him and be done with his job. Arcandris refused, did a cool rear in the air where Reggie let out a huge howl, and you watched the celestial energy suck into Reggie. In that moment, he grew like sparkly celestial wings, but then did the dog shake, and all of the glitter and sparkle disappeared, and he was just himself. Um, you found a strange gemmed skull on the harpies, um, and eventually Thorum the giant showed up, grabbed the two birds. He spoke with a large bellowing voice that shook or almost burst your eardrums, and said, after you've taken a rest, he said, meet him at his home, and he will give you the parts for the bird that you are owed, as he took both to kind of butcher. And Banzabeth, kind of after Disbin's words, has feeling with no purpose now that this fight is over, and that he kind of has like he's done adventuring is more or less what he said. Disburn mentioned the words of like teaching the youth, and he kind of locked eyes with the new rock baby, and kind of maybe have found some purpose to maybe try to raise this creature, and that's kind of the short of what you missed. And you are now back at Banzavith's place. Kellen has identified all the magic items, so if you look at your group in the group party magic item section of D&D Beyond, that's a list of them.
Cool.
And that's kind of where we're at. We gotta, because you helped Banzabeth in the morning, he's putting in a word toward the council. where Sam rolled a d6 or someone rolled a d6, right? And you lower your place moved up 200 spots. So that's it. We're back. Everything's good.
How do? Two questions. One, have we had a chance to do a long rest yet, or no?
Not yet, but you feel like you have the opportunity, kind of in this time.
Mm-hmm. And then looking at items in the party inventory, how do I know what requires a tuning and what doesn't?
I believe
Click on them.
if you click on the item, it'll tell you.
Yeah, Sam. Generally, it's like at the very top, right under the like name of the item.
Okay, requires attunement. Got it.
Gene, what's our time of day? I know we've been flying around and doing a bunch of shit.
Because it took about 8 hours of like worth of flight, and that's how long the spell lasts. And you left in the morning. I would say it's probably midday, maybe early evening, with the resting and kind of flying.
Okay. Um, I mean, it's getting later. I might overnight. I might try to get in tune with this skull because being able to ask it a question it seems pretty potent. And while of course I want to help the Genasi people, we do have some pretty major problems. Is there anything anyone else wants to do or get into?
I'm always trying to find where I'm trying to go in the desert. I would have to rely on Gene's. I don't have my notes from it, but maybe I was trying to get the information on the that large automaton that's like embedded in the mountain.
I
Okay.
feel pressure to move our core mission forward. It feels
Agreed.
like there is a pressing need for timeliness.
So trying to get into the tower as fast as possible is that kind of our goal then?
That would be my desire.
I mean, Otisesh, we did just to kind of let everyone know. After all our digging and gathering of stuff, we do have quite a bit of coin now. I'm sure there's someone around here that is motivated by filling their pockets. We have 1,100 copper, 10,000 silver, 2,100 gold, 140 platinum, 800 gold worth of trade goods. I guess we could go sell those. 5 art objects worth 125 total. So we got some coin to play around with if we want to maybe, you know.
I am not
I just
opposed to such a thing. My desire is to get into the tower quickly. It is quite all right if it is not the first and only thing that we do.
all right. Very well. Let's take a rest. It's been a long day. We've all been through quite a bit, and I'll kind of scratch Reggie behind the ears. Um, maybe in the morning we sell some goods. Maybe we sell some magic items that we're not using. There is a thought there might be some magic items at the market that would be useful to us. I know Kellen was interested in some of the sky steel, skywood, whatever it was. So I say maybe tomorrow. I don't know who we would talk to about moving some money into the right hands. I just don't know how that would work. Maybe Otisesh, you.
So
Oh,
as
go
you
ahead,
are
G.
talking, Bandsbeth kind of will pipe up. I would suggest maybe tomorrow make it a priority to speak to Thorun. He has been around as long as Fulguratus has been. He is the one that keeps the skies safe. So if anyone has insight about how these wizards work, I believe he knew Ralford pretty well. I believe he is the one who struck the deal with him. He might know more about this tower than any living being that is here.
Okay, well, that settles it, I guess. Thank you, Master Banzabeth. Um, all right, I'm thinking dinner and cozy bed.
Yeah. Probably a stupid question. I think as a Dragonborn, I do not have dark vision. Correct?
Correct.
Does anyone
One of
else
the
not
dumbest things in
have?
Player's Handbook.
Does anybody else not have dark vision and or object to me using the goggles of dark vision that we got?
I do not have dark vision, but I also do not object to using the goggles.
I think we have a second thing in our inventory for dark vision as well. There's a Shadowfell brand tattoo in there.
Oh wait, I definitely have dark vision. I lied. I was thinking human. My subclass gives me dark vision. No, you're all alone in your non-dark visionness.
Does anybody know if I should do the tattoo or the goggles, or if the tattoo is real? I know it's not new. If it is real,
The tattoo's real, but the goggles don't require attunement, I don't think.
ooh,
Nope.
that seems better. Well, not better, but that seems.
It's better.
Yeah, it's
Like,
better. That's
yeah.
better.
Not needing attunement is the right answer.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have loads of great stuff attuned, but it feels like those are slots I want to save for like special stuff, like really special.
I mean, those prayer beads aren't bad, Sam. The only problem with those prayer beads is that they're one-time use, right? Once you use them, they're gone. But they have some like potent stuff,
They
like
recharge. They recharge.
never
Oh.
mind.
Then it's amazing.
Daily. I think it's like a D4 at daily. If you look at them, they're not one-time use and they're wild.
Wow.
Okay,
They make those
that's
spells bonus
then
actions.
Sam. You should just jam those as far into you as you can.
Doesn't say
Okay.
what you have to
Yeah, I think they
Okay.
regenerate fully at dawn.
So it says, yeah, it contains 1d4 plus 2 magic beads, and then the GM decides
Can't
what
be
it
used
has.
again to the next up.
Yeah,
Wild.
so this
The beads
has
need to be changed. Gene mentioned
No,
which ones they have.
It has the 4 beats
Yeah.
that you mentioned.
blessing, curing, favor, smiting. Okay.
Yeah, and Sam, you can like transfer the item right to character sheet. If you like click on the item in party inventory and scroll all the way down, if you click on move,
Yeah.
you can just click equipment and it goes into your stuff.
The other huge
Nice.
thing about it is to use the item is only a bonus action. So it turns
So you
all
can
those-
cast a spell effectively as a bonus action.
Yes, it is wild. It is a wildly powerful item. And when I rolled it up, I said, I will roll these randomly. And then that is what you got.
It's. I imagine this is an artifact of the D&D Beyond. It says it has 6 charges, but really it's just 4 things that it has.
It is 4. Yeah.
Each once per day. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Will it recharge the other ones though, Gene, or no?
What do you mean?
So like it only has the 4 beads you mentioned, but when it does that daily recharge, does it regenerate the other 2 beads it's missing, or is the specific item only with the 4 beads you mentioned?
Correct. Yeah, I don't think it creates
Gotcha,
new beads.
gotcha.
I think it just starts with a certain amount of beads. Now, that's not saying that I would say that, like, I would say that I think that Heath might be like, I've seen items like that in Pentos that, like, you might be able to acquire more beads for this prayer bead item. You know, that's just the
Cool.
four it has with it.
Still.
Yeah. Crazy. Okay.
And
I
you-
had
and
a
you-
Wand of the War Mage, which I moved back into the party inventory because I'm gonna
Cool.
unequip that because I wasn't really using it, and the prayer bead seems like something I'll use constantly.
Fair.
Does anyone want the cloak of protection? I mean, it's quite protective.
Yeah, I've already attuned to 3 items, so I can't really use that.
I've got a cloak of billowing, so my shoulders are taken.
If nobody's opposed, though, I might put this cloak on Reggie and make him look
That sounds
real
perfect.
snazzy.
Oh man, I thought you were gonna say you wanted it for yourself, and I was gonna suggest giving it to Reggie because a dog in a cape just sounds too awesome. I'm
It's the
so
best.
glad. I'm so glad we're on
It's
the
the
same
correct
page.
answer. Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. Cool. Yeah, Reggie's gonna get a cloak of protection, which is fucking so cool.
You tie on a adorable cape to this dog, and it shrinks to a proper size.
Amazing.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think you guys easily have dinner. That is not a hard thing. You are offered to stay here, but you can also go back to your tent, which you have set up. You know, Banzabeth definitely is a little more quiet and somber. Doesn't seem to be much of a conversationalist currently. Um, but I will say, I would like Heath and Otisesh to give me a religion check.
But I dumped brains.
15.
Okay.
19.
Okay. You guys, maybe as you're about to leave, both of you kind of like for a moment, that like the devote and religious energies that you both have the access to kind of like tingle for a second. And Heath, you remember when your eyes were drawn to the covered armor. You watch, maybe like you kind of see through a doorway as Bandabeth is like uh, unarmoring himself or yeah, doffing his armor. Uh, you notice that where you saw him in this battle fighting with this vibrant and like sunlight infused holy armor, he is taking off rusted pieces of plate. It looks like this plate mail has aged maybe 300 years. Um, and as he kind of puts it on the stand, it hangs almost like you would have found an old relic of a long war.
I'm gonna go with my read on this and see where it goes as far as like what's actually happening. But Heath gets like a very like somber look, and he's gonna walk over to Banzabeth and the armor and kind of like lay almost a mournful hand on the armor and ask Banzabeth like, "You gonna be all right? Is there anything that I can do for you?"
He kind of looks to you. He goes, "I think time. My oath has been fulfilled, and I have been released."
Does he, when he says that, does he like read as a man defeated or as a man who like got to lay down a burden, or like I'm trying to get, my initial take was that this was like a crisis of faith thing, and it doesn't sound like that's what it was.
Give me an insight.
Oh man, it was on nat 20 for a hot second there. 14.
I mean, he's not hiding his emotions. I think the thing is, you see a mix because you realize that this guy is old, right? He has been
Mm-hmm.
riding this purpose for countless years. Maybe it's a person who's a little lost because they no longer know what to do now that their mantle is no longer there. but you do see a minor glimmer of hope, deep an ember. Because even in that moment when he looks at you, you can see him look past you, and you see that he kind of makes a vague eye contact area with that baby rock, of like something has been lost and something that was a bond with him for most of his life for how long is gone, but there was still something new. It's just you realize that maybe this was his last crusade, like this was his last fight, and that he is no longer a fighter. And again, he's coming to terms. This happened so recently, so it's hard to like understand. But you get the idea that he has a strong enough spirit that he will likely recover, but it likely won't be in this moment.
All right, give me 1 second to check up things.
Sure.
Yeah, without any need for mechanical effect, Heath is just going to like take a moment and say a prayer, a prayer to Solaris, and cast bless on both Dansabeth and the Rock, just like giving them this like start of a divine bond.
Yeah.
I think you got this. You're going to be all right. Just one more leg of the journey, all right?
He smiles. It's definitely a little bit of a forced smile, but he does his best to put on a good face. He goes,
Yeah.
"You have a good heart, and I appreciate it. I normally am the one who should be doing this."
Many hands make quick work. The more of us that help carry the burden, the lighter the burden's going to be.
Well said, but I believe I would like to take my rest.
Yeah, and Heath is going to nod and head out at that point.
All right, and kind of with a quiet tone, you watch him kind of like hang his bejeweled battle axe on a stand with the scimitar. Um, and then he kind of like shrugs, and you see him take off this like giant hair belt that he was wearing. And he doesn't have like a stand for it, but he kind of like drapes it over something. And under his breath, he's like, "Oh, so Tharoon's going to want that back." And he kind of walks into his home. And you guys,
Cool.
take the time. You leave Banzabeth. A man on a flying carpet that has kind of become your personal taxi. Beelzebub whips over to you guys as maybe someone casts a minor light spell to signal him as he takes you back into the city. Um, you have a good dinner, a nice dinner. You guys, kind of, you've done well. You've done great. I mean, you have a ton of money, you have a bunch of new magic items, and you've at least completed 2 jobs. And we'll see what jobs you will, or 3 jobs. Well, yeah, 2 jobs at this point. And you get a long rest if you wish to take it.
Oh yeah,
Man, I so wish to take it.
Yeah. Is there anything you guys want to do?
Gene.
Yes.
Yes, I would like to attune Skull of Mimir.
Excellent. It begins floating around you. This gem skull.
I'm going to attune to the necklace.
Cool. Goes, "Hey boss, what do you need?"
Hi. I'm not sure just yet, but I hear you know a lot of things about a lot of things.
sure do. I know a lot about the planes.
About the planes. Do you? Is that the only area you really know about?
Well, I mean, that's my area of expertise. But I know many contacts and others. Bob's around. Are you my designated owner, or as it kind of floats around you, looks at the others? Are these people also designated to be able to get questions from me?
Yes. Kellen, Otisesh, and Heath can all ask questions. Oh, and Reggie, of course.
Bark. All right. Well, that sounds reasonable. Well, is there anything I can help you with today then?
Um, I think Dizzy's going to look at his friends to see if they have any suggestions, but you can kind of tell that Dizzy has something on his mind that he's just not verbalizing just yet.
Do you have any knowledge that might help us gain entry into Fulguratus?
Ooh, Fulguratus. I do know about Fulguratus, but that is locked deep in my brain, or deep in my magical constructs. I mean, if you want to dig deeper into Fulguratus, he kind of like floats toward you, Dizzy. You say the word, and I can look. It is a place that touches the plains, and it is of a legendary nature. It is within my power to look, but I will warn you, it is full of wizards, and they often have ways of countering divination magic. But I'm not.
Is what you do considered pervasive to them?
Oh, I don't think it's pervasive. I just think that wizards might have ways of concealing knowledge that they don't want out.
Interesting. Well, all right. Well, why don't you tell us anyway? Tell us whatever you can about Fulguratus.
Is there a thing you are specifically looking for? Because the more specificity that you are looking for, probably the better answer. I can give you generalities, but I do not think that will be as helpful as you wish.
Wait. We were told about the back door that Ralph had put in, but we still don't know its location. Maybe ask about that.
How might we gain entry into Fulguratus? Whether through the front door or through the back?
I can look into that. You watch as kind of like a dazzling prismatic alignment of energies kind of swirl around it, and then like a minute or two go by as it kind of like just kind of hovers in place. Fulguratus. Entering through the main way would be a wizard using some form of conjuration magic to transport you into their halls. Its eyes lock onto the gauntlets you are wearing. Its eyes lock onto, I would probably say, the bag of holding that contains Ralford's spellbook. Um, and he goes, I believe with two keyed items, one could enter. There is a portal that can be opened at the tippy top of the Fulguratus structure. Apparently, there was a back door built for Grand Arcanist Ralford's best friend, Sir Garth the Strong. Though getting in will, once inside, there will be many trials and tribulations that the apprentices are all facing currently.
Where is this door? And how would Goth gain entry?
I believe reading a passage from the spell book and placing the gauntlets upon the top of the structure will create a small portal that will get you into a secluded area.
Do we know what passage? Do you know which passage?
I believe it is probably some sort of rhyme or poem or some sort of silly reference between two comrades.
We have the spell book, right, Gene?
I believe you do. I think someone. I think you took it from the museum.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, ages ago. Right. Okay. Um. Um. Okay. Okay. Well, that's great. We just have to find the right passage. We have the gauntlets as well.
Perhaps we should ask about the nature of the trials and how we might prepare.
Do I have more questions, Gene? I'm not sure this would
I
work.
mean, it is legend lore, so I will say because again, part of legend lore is the more you know, the better the answers. So yeah, you can absolutely. I'm going to say this all is going to count toward this legend lore.
Great. Oh, I'm gonna
Um,
get rid of this potion. Flying.
the trials and tribulations will likely deal with each school of magic. You will have to pass through them in order to prove yourself. Once you have completed all 8 trials, you will likely then be able to have access into the tower.
All right, Kellen, this is going to be all on you. We're going to watch.
Huh?
Well, you're the Arcanist.
Well, I guess. Is there any way to cure the lich?
I do
To-
not know what you are speaking of.
I heard there might be a lich in the tower. Is this true?
I am unsure. There is no known cure for Lichstone.
Basically, we know that the person in there had a relationship with the strong. And because of that, remember he brought the strong back. You can correct me if I'm wrong, because my memory isn't 100%. So basically, he made some kind of deal with Dark Force to bring his friend back from the death, and thereby may have made himself a lich, or made himself a lich in order to enact this power. And that's what caused the rift between the two individuals. So I'm interested to see if we can cure this, or what we can do to bring him back to where he was when we know he was a force of good.
You are mostly correct on everything you said, and the device responds as if it does not know that there was a lich in there.
Okay.
As it did mention earlier that there are some guarded secrets that mages can do. So.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that is all the information I can go into specifics. I think if one were to look at the schools of magic, they might be able to maybe get some ideas of what they each do and what kind of trials and tribulations you will face.
Well, I am learned in Arcana, and I will do my best to get through them.
And you watch its eyes kind of dull, the light kind of shrinks. It can still answer base questions, but it no longer seems to have whatever the tapping of knowledge that it had before.
I think that went pretty well.
I agree.
Seems highly useful.
Now, does this change our strategy? Do we want to go right to this? Or whether our entrance in the tower will cause other responses by those inside?
Is there any reason to believe that we would have to go through these trials if we? What's our number now? What number are they at?
Like 40-some thousand.
You are at 4,854. It's going down. It's going down, guys. Don't you worry.
I don't wait 20 days, 30 days.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, time is a factor here. And listen, I'd love to do things right, but we don't even know what kind of response we would get if we walked through the proper channels. And you know me, I'm all about doing things the right way, but we're out here fighting the cult of Tenebris, and they're not gonna wait. They're not gonna take numbers for a queue.
Agreed, we
Well,
have a more important mission than this excessive queue will allow for.
Well, how about this then? We know that we have to ultimately want to give this item back to the Ifrit. Can this action move us higher in the list so we don't have to be as invasive to get in the tower and face all of these things?
This item is for the Genasi, not the Ifrit.
I'm sorry, I stand corrected.
That's okay.
The Jinn, if you help the Jinn, he has offered you a wish. Or a limited wish. I believe.
That should certainly help our situation.
Sure, but it also means traveling to a volcano, doing whatever we have to do for the Ifrit, then coming back. You know, that's a lot of travel time. There's a lot going on there. In this instance, we know we just have to find the right passage in the book. We just get geared up and ready to go as soon as we feel ready. Now, granted, it is probably going to cause a bit of a stir as I don't, you know, the middle of or the top of the Fulguratus Tower is in the middle of like the elevator landing area. So we're gonna have to do it stealthily, but it seems like there's a lot of eyes on this place, and I think it's gonna be kind of, I don't know, noisy, if that's the right word.
Didn't we
Well-
just get a magic item that can turn us all into fast flying mist?
Yes.
That
Hey,
seems
actually,
like an appropriate tool
It's not-
for the obstacles you just laid out.
Well, it's not really fast flying. I mean, it's gaseous form. It doesn't really allow us to go too quickly.
Um,
No, the prayer
If I
book
understand-
only has the four. It only has the four I gave it.
oh,
does
it
not have
doesn't
the-
have the thing. Sorry.
Windwalk
I
is
thought it
like
had Windwalk.
90. You need like a 90% roll on the die because it's very powerful. I did not roll that well. So
My bad, my
Well-
bad, my bad.
I will say, I do have a thought forming here. You know, we did just get some pixie dust, which can let us fly for a very limited amount of time, which we would need to do to get to the top of the tower. And maybe if we return the skull to the Genasi, maybe they play distraction for us. Maybe they make a big to do about something. Also, maybe let's talk to Tharoon because we're just kind of we're just going off of what we currently know, which is fine. But maybe Tharoon can give us some more insight.
It does seem like speaking with Tharoon is probably the right first step.
And friends, I can tell you, I can feel those fireballs. I can almost plug them into my device and use them. It's very close.
Buddy, you might need to see a cleric if you're feeling your fireballs.
A little bit more.
fucking terrible.
I need a little more time with this device and perhaps talking to the dwarf. And I believe I could achieve the next major milestone in my advancement.
Okay, that great, buddy. All right. Well, it's a brand new day. Let's talk to Tharoon.
All right. I'm gonna say, why don't we take a 15-minute break because I really gotta use the bathroom, and then we will start your new day where you get to talk to a bunch of people.
Okie dokie.
Right.
And we are back. I'll turn my fan a little lower. Okay, there we go. So we're back. Yeah, you guys begin to make your way to Thorun's giant house. I think as you guys approach, uh, on this flying carpet, you notice that there is a giant storm cloud above it, and kind of hanging from the storm cloud uh, are the are both the rocks, but they're mostly defeathered, declawed, debeaked. How you would probably properly hang or clean out a giant bird like this. You know, and as you guys kind of arrive on the dock, with a thunder, the door of the large house opens, and this huge, greenish or grayish blue skinned, covered in giant runes, lightning crackling from their eyes with like this bluish hair that kind of flows up. You see this giant Thorun who you saw earlier, and he goes, "Welcome!" and it booms with his voice, and the whole
And
thing shakes. And he kind of puts a finger up, and you watch as he begins plucking. He plucks a small cloud uh, off, like from the storm cloud, and he blows it. And as he blows it, feel the air kind of go through you. But then you notice that little pieces of this storm cloud begin to like plug your ears, like kind of like making like little like plugs. And when he talks now, it is you hear him and it does not vibrate you to your soul. And he goes, "Welcome, friends. I am glad to see that you have made it. Please, come in." As he kind of like gestures to this gigantic door that's almost like 30 feet to the height as he opens it for you. And he gestures for you to join him.
yeah, I will certainly go in.
Yeah, as you follow him, everything is giant sized. Everything is huge, humongous. Kind of like he goes, "Here, 1 second," and he kind of like scoops his hands together and like puts them down for you all to step on. And as he does that, yeah, he brings you up to like his dining room table where you see that there is a normal sized for people sitting area, and then he kind of
Like a table on the table.
yeah, exactly. A table and
Yeah, yeah.
chairs on a table, and then he kind of circles it to the head of the table where there is a him-sized chair, and there is. You guys all have like very small portions of food, which is large for you. But he kind of sits and he goes, "Please join me. I do thank you. This is part of the feast."
Never had
Well,
rat
I mean,
before.
we can't refuse the hospitality, can we?
Hmm. And you guys begin to eat like a nice brunch with this giant. He goes, "Well, it has been a long time since I have interacted with mortals, so you are my first guests."
Thanks.
This is
What
our
about?
first time interacting with giants, so that
I thought you regularly had interactions with Benzabeth.
Well, he is not a mortal. He has a celestial soul inside of him.
Huh.
If he were mortal, he would be dead.
well,
I think you don't stay alive that long.
how old is Beth?
I would definitely say a few. I've known him a few hundred years, but I would imagine he is ageless. I believe the Asamar, their celestial spirit, travels like in through them. So whether he is physically Banzabeth or another of his, but they are strange beings.
Well, strange or not, Beth is he's a good man.
I do enjoy his company.
Mr. Tharoon, I'm glad that we were able to stop the threat of Dreadwing and their mate. Um, I guess the reason we've come to you today is we seek audience, or well, more accurately, we seek entrance. Uh, the Tower of Paratus, and we have been waiting some time, and we were hoping maybe you could help with that.
I mean, I sure could. I have not spoke with the Grand Master in a very long time, but I still think I hold sway here. I mean, I do keep this place from experiencing bad weather, so I would imagine that my words hold power. I did help move these islands so that they would be in good configuration when this place was being formed.
Are you the founder of the Cumulus Conclave?
Oh no, I mean I am I have lived here for a long time. I would not say I'm the founder of the conclave. I definitely am one of the beings who took residence in this area from when it was formed. I am not as old as time itself. I was not here for the Great Wars, but I did hear of them.
Hmm.
Has anyone been here longer than you?
As he kind of like it rumbles through him. Anyone been longer than I? Well, here specifically, I doubt it. But I would assume that rascally Dejin is a little bit older than I am.
No one that calls Fogoratus their full time residence.
Yes, no one here that calls it a full time residence. I guess the Grandmaster has been here as long as I, as the tower itself pierced through the heavens before the islands were brought over. Now, these islands naturally occur in this area. It's just using a bit of their arcane and weather control. We formed this little conclave as a way to go between the realms. This is kind of a nexus or a waypoint before you are to travel to the elemental airplane.
Hmm. That is it's good to know. Um, we recently, you said you've been around for some time. Were you around a century ago when the cult of Tenebris was present?
Oh, yes, yes. I never really interacted with them. They're much more dealing with the land or where you are from. But I do recall. Yes, yes. I believe that's probably the last time I saw the Grandmaster. He was around. I know that what was it? He had this Fulguratus was much more of an open place. They were allowing wizards of all age and generation and species. They were very open and kind, and he was training those to be the next generation. And then, oh, all of a sudden, it seemed like the Grand Master had to leave in a hurry. And then, uh, you people, your time acts so differently. Well, I do recall that it seemed that, I don't know, maybe over the past 50 years? It's hard to remember, honestly. But over a bit of time ago, I do recall that the tower became a bit more closed off. It seemed like these tents began to span around these islands. People seemed to be staying here longer. It was very strange.
Anything else that stands out from that time period? Might have caused the change.
I haven't seen the Grandmaster in many years. Longer than that period, honestly. Let's see. I'm gonna roll a check. He starts thinking, stroking his beard. Well, I did hear hubbub that the Grandmaster was in his study, but that seemed to go on longer than one would be in a study. I'm not sure how long a wizard needs to be in their study, but it may have been years. I'm not sure, but it happened very long ago, and it seems like I'm that maybe the Grandmaster doesn't take audiences anymore, which is very odd. When I knew Grandmaster Alfred, he was always there to help grow and nurture the minds of the youth. He was a young mortal who came from very little and then grew into his own. So,
Uh, he became a lich a while back and stopped seeing people.
I a lich?
Isn't that what the rumor? What's going on in there?
You guys know that from your interactions, but this guy clearly doesn't.
Yeah, yeah, aware he doesn't, but I'm just saying it out loud in front of everyone.
Hmm?
Clearly, the guy in charge, he was mortal, wanted to not be mortal, wanted more power, did some weird stuff, became a lich. Now
That
he hasn't been seeing people, closed off the tower.
that does not seem like the Grandmaster at all. He had no desires to become a lich or extend his life. He had
Hmm.
a very long life due to his own wizardry, but there was no reaches of power.
How many years would it you say it's been since you've seen him?
Oh, I don't know, maybe a century or two?
Is his life that unnaturally long?
He did not age uh, as a normal mortal. Wizards are strange. They have magics beyond, but he never sought power that I at least knew of. I mean, him and I had long conversations, and I'm sure there were ways to, but it was never a seeking more. It was always understanding. So him grasping to become a lich, that seems to me uncharacteristic of this man.
Did he just already be a lich?
He did not. He despised necromancy. It is taught in Fulguratus, I know, but I know that it was not a. It was he did not specifically emphasize that school of magic.
Perhaps it is a tale as old as time, that one turns to powers they despise in order to pursue that which they love.
I mean, possibly. I mean, I would not. You may know better if you seem to have this information.
Um, Master Tharoon, we, if you remember the cult of Tenebris, they have returned, and it is our sworn duty to fight them back and eradicate them. Part of that duty is to get into Fulguratus and speak with the Grand Master. But there is much bureaucracy guarding our or blocking our path, and we believe we have found an alternate method in which to enter the tower, but we're worried about the how should I say response that it may garner.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, I definitely have sway with this Fulguratus. They owe me their peace. I could see what I could do to help you along those means. I mean, I would worry if anyone were to attempt to break in. I do not know this wizard, but I know that they have coated the tower in arcane protections uh, that I could not tell you what they do. I will say, though, you are safe from the cult of Tenebris here. Uh, Apparently, that elevator that brings you up can detect traces of this being and its infection.
That's good to know. Well, anything you can do to help would be most appreciated.
Well, all right, I can put in some words. But I will say this for you at least. I I have no direct connection or to this tower besides the agreements that we made long ago. I would be willing that if there was a time of need while you are here, you could call on me for a favor. It would have to be something I do not know what, but I could maybe provide you some sort of asset if you think of a way to get in if you are having trouble in your future endeavor.
Well, that's thank you. That is very kind of you.
Well, you have provided me with a great prize, and I feel that it would be only fair that I provide you. One moment, you see him begin to kind of talk, and you do not hear a sound. I would like someone to roll me a d20 with advantage.
I got you, buddy.
Uh, 2d20 K1. Boom. 17.
You watch as your ticket number goes down 1,700 spots.
Whoa!
You are now at 3154. Um, and he kind of nods to no one. Well, I think I put in a good word for you. I hope this helps.
Oh, what's our current ticket number then? Let me look.
You are
I know
31.
3154.
Yep. He goes, but if there's something I can do for you, I do have the minor manipulation of the weather and things pertaining to that. Storms. I see mischief in some of your eyes. I cannot do anything about magic, but I can at least do things about weather.
Would we contact you if we needed that assistance?
Uh, whisper my name on the wind, and then say the words. I can hear anything up here.
Good to know.
Kinda creepy.
Well, you are in my domain.
Yes.
I don't come into your house and say things are creepy. I wouldn't fit in your house. You're a tiny little man. And he just chuckles to himself. But I have your pieces and parts packaged into bundles. It will likely take a little bit for you to transport it. They are large, but or if you wish.
Why don't would you mind holding on to them, Master? We may have people who wish to buy them, but I don't think we need to like carry them all over the place. If you wouldn't mind storing them, maybe they could stop by and pick them up if we've made a sale.
They cannot come to my house, but again, if you whisper my name and ask me to send them somewhere, I will allow it. And to that point, I appreciate all of the service you have done to me, but you are not welcome back.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I don't like intruders.
Yep.
And I have made a great exception for you, and my ability to want to continue talking has slightly ended. So I think we are done here. He just
Ellen steps up and makes a move.
Okay.
Perfect.
yeah, and and with ease, you guys, lower yourselves and make your way out as he seems to be done talking with people. As I said, this is probably the longest social interaction this giant has had in, I don't know, maybe like 20 years.
All right. Um, do we? I don't know the best place to try to sell a whole rock, or at least parts of a rock.
Well, the master I
we-
was speaking with indicated that he'd be very interested and may be able to provide me some supplies where I could enhance batteries and things like that. With the right research and with the right access to materials, I might be able to make some strides to our situation, especially as relates to items that always seem to work here and not elsewhere.
So if we get any items that, yeah, okay, well that's great. I mean, I think that's a great path to check out.
I mean, I don't think we need to
Um,
do that immediately. I think we have probably many other things we want to address first, but
I mean, I don't know. I mean, because at a certain point, Kellen, like, I kind of want you to sit down with that book and maybe start using your keen eyes to figure out what passage might be the right passage, just so it's an available avenue. I'm not saying do that immediately, but certainly let's have it open to us.
okay, we can certainly do that.
Um, I think maybe I'll return the skull to the Genasi people.
That could certainly help our situation as well.
Is that who owns
Okay.
it?
Yeah, they said it was a family heirloom.
Ah, we should speak with someone about the Hoppies, correct? There was a flower up for that one.
I think that's also the Genasi. I think the skull was taken by the Harpies, so I think that's them. I mean, Otisesh Heath, if you want to go to the temple, I mean, I know that it didn't. It was a bit chaotic last time you went, but it may be worth another visit now that you're for yourself.
What temple?
Oh,
The
right.
monastery
I
at
guess
Tempest Holdings, right?
that's the one.
It's a temple where
You
they
would
cleanse
remember.
you from your curse, if you remember. When you
Right, but would my character remember?
I remember. I think you fought, so you remember the magic that like washed over you.
Okay.
Or you may not remember, but I think you guys all discussed it when you came to.
Be worth going back. He certainly helped you once. Maybe he has more insight for you. All right. Do we want
Are we in a
to?
spot where we can like talk through like plot stuff without passersby overhearing us?
Yeah, you can easily do that.
What are we hoping to extract from the tower itself? How time sensitive is that entire quest?
Well, the idea of getting into the tower is finding Ralph. Ralphard hasn't been around, and we were trying to recruit Ralphard to the cause, to fighting back for us.
Yeah, Norm sent us here.
Ah,
Yeah, and Garth.
Yeah.
And those gauntlets, Gene, we have those.
Yeah, the gauntlets are the gauntlets of ogre power that Otis Hesham are wearing.
That Otis Sesh has. Great. Cool. Okay, so yeah, what's up, Heath?
I want to get a solid lock on where we're trying to go, what we're trying to learn. We've spent at this point days, and we may have to spend weeks waiting to get any information out of this. We're considering
Yeah.
breaking into the tower to get access to what we need, but in breaking into the tower, we may ban ourselves from getting anything useful out of the tower itself. So it would speed up
It's a
getting
risk.
through the doors, but it may wind up building a thicker wall than a stone.
I mean, according to what we know, that this entrance is a quote unquote back door and hasn't been used, or was only reserved to be used by Garth and maybe very few others. So while it certainly may, it may hurt our reputation here, it may be a main line to finding Ralford, who's been secluded for a century more. I don't know.
A while by storm giant years.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it looks like we may have different things each of us is interested in doing. So how about if I propose us taking some weeks, separate work on things that's going to put this together. Mainly, I would work on researching the book and coordinating with the master to see what he has or what I could barter for the materials that would help us in our enhancing our equipment, things like that. Uh, I think there was discussion about my dragon friend, about him coordinating there. You wanted to go speak to this to return the skull. It seems like we all have a lot of things we can do, and rather than all go once, maybe if we separate, work on different projects, and we get back together at dinner at evenings, we can kind of debrief to see what we've accumulated.
Sure. Well, if we're gonna split up, maybe I'll divvy up this money, and so everyone has some spending money. Let's see, 1,100 divided by 4. At least the numbers are easy.
We should probably consider liquidating some of the things that we're certainly not going to use, as they could be useful to someone else.
Oh, also, can someone roll me a d4 as well?
Got
I
you.
forgot. You guys took it.
As long as Reddy doesn't beat me this time. 2?
Okay. You have gone down another 200. That was for your day of rest. You're at 29.54.
29.50.
Okay, everyone ready for some money?
Yes.
Okay, I'll start with copper. Everyone gets 270.
Do what?
You broke up for a second there.
Here, I'm gonna copy paste it into general chat.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Got it. I am putting it in Lost Legacy. Lost Legacy. All right. Well, that should be enough money to accomplish any goals that you need. We still have other stuff that we can trade. I'll go around and try to sell off some trade goods objects. All right. I guess we'll meet up tonight.
Very good.
All right. So, Yeah, let's do a quick. We'll do everyone quickly splitting off and kind of do that real quick, and then we'll see where that ends up. So, who would like to go first, and where would people want to go?
Kellen, why don't
All
you
right,
go
so
first, man? You
All right, basically go see the master.
Okay. So you make your way over to the where the heck is his name? He is ah Master Thackror Shatterfall.
Shatterfall.
Yep. As you make your way over there, it's very easy to get there. You hear the tinkering and projects amassed as you kind of arrive, and Thackror kind of looks at you. Ah, how are you doing, boy?
I'm doing quite well, Master Shatterfall. It's so good to see you, and I bring you tremendous news.
Tremendous.
Yes, we killed 2 rocks.
He laughs. Really? You killed 2 rocks?
Well, me and my friends did, yes, and we gave one to a storm giant. You probably know him; he's very famous. And the other one is ours. And I know that you and I had spoken. That would behoove us very well if we gave us. There's so much you could give us based on the various parts. So I'm here to kind of negotiate to see what you could provide for what's basically a part or parts or a whole rock.
Well, I don't see any parts in front of you.
Well, our friend is holding it for us, and it's just a matter of making delivery. So,
Well, bring it here so I can assess what I'm buying.
okay, then I will whisper to the wind. May I have, sir, great storm giant. I hate to bother you, but might you deliver our rock to my location where I'm meeting with Master Shatterfell?
A crack of thunder and a storm cloud flies overhead, and he kind of looks up. There's a drop of water, and then a bundle lands. It's huge, just wrapped up parts. There's a giant sack full of feathers. There's like claws. There's a beak. There's some bones. There's like certain organs in like leather sacks. There's a giant heart in there, and kind of he like stumbles back, and the cloud kind of dissipates. Oh boy, he kind of like looks and like starts like poking through things. I mean, that's so much.
Indeed, it is.
I like. What are you looking for?
Well, we spoke before about you with these various things. You may be able to create items or work something out or give me access to materials. We spoke about different items that would work, but only work here. I figure with my research and my abilities, I could maybe harness the powers here. I know there's these battery cells, and I just want to kind of see what I can do with it.
All right. Well, he kind of like looks around and goes, "That's so much. I don't know what the price I could make so much with this. So could you, I would imagine." But he goes, "How about this? I have an idea, and I think I could help you with your battery situation." He kind of like points to the sack that has the heart in it. He goes, "I think if we were to like condense that down and turn it into like a stone where it would keep the essence, it might be the thing that could help power whatever device you wanted to form the energy to recharge these objects."
Mm-hmm. I see.
Now, I got a special cauldron and I got a special process that I can do. Um, and I'll definitely let you work. I mean, I could pay you. What is it that you're looking for besides obviously work and projects? Because I could give you money. Do I could do other things for you. It depends what you need.
Well, I think some cash is good, but any items you could craft that would help us in our endeavors would be incredibly useful. Plus, as a long-term project, you notice that I pull out like my firearm here. This thing can take on so many extra modules and things, and I'm always looking to enhance its abilities. So these are the kind of things that we'd like to do.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, then how about this? I think easy I could do for you. Roll me a check. Would you get? Give me a persuasion check, Norm.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't broke up. Persuasion for me, huh? Do I have that item that gives me an extra that gives me advantage, or is that something else?
I don't know, dude.
Like that bill of it, the outfit we got. Does that help
You
persuasion?
do have your fancy outfit, and it could give you advantage on one check. Absolutely.
Let me do that because my persuasion is really bad.
Okay.
I rolled a 20.
Okay. All right. So
I think that's the big B's a 20, correct, or is that a 0?
I think that's a natural 20.
Okay.
I imagine.
I rolled that in an 18. So let me look at my
Yeah, you got
make
a
sure.
nat 20.
Okay.
So you got a
Woo.
sweet 19. But he kind of like looking you over, and definitely like he's like, I see a lot in you. All right. How about this? You can spend time working with me, and I can help you, and we can do that. I
Okay.
could also maybe help you make any of the items that you seek to speed up the process. It's gonna take time, but we can work on stuff. How about here's my offer? I'll either give you 5,000 gold cash, or I'll give you 10,000 gold in credit.
Let me meet with my party since these are large sums that we're talking with because I want to make sure that we are in agreement. It would not be fair for me to negotiate without giving them the full details.
All right.
Sounds fair. You can hold on to the items, hold on to the pieces for now, and we shall come to an agreement.
Do you want me to start working on that heart for you while you're gone?
Yes, let's do that at least to get something going, and I will talk to my group about the rest.
Yeah, you see money symbols in his eyes, and he's like just looking at all these raw materials that hasn't had access to, and he kind of like, rubs his hands and licks his lips. He grabs this sack, and you see him head over to like a big cauldron that he begins to like heat up and start adding alchemical concoctions to.
Now, can I have a sense of whether he sees that he's like, do I get the impression that he's taking advantage of me, or do I think I'm kind of getting a square?
Insight.
Okay. Yeah. We have any re-rolls in there or any inspiration?
I don't think so.
I
Yeah.
can get you.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Let me
No
see.
problem.
Because a 1 is pretty darn bad. Slightly better. It's a lot better actually. A 10.
All right. So, I mean, I would say this because you're very practical. You know that you are not getting the best deal,
Mhm.
but you understand that this guy is running a business and that once you leave, he will have to do all of this work. So he's giving you a flat fee. Like the flat cash is not the best one. The large amount of money in credit is good because you imagine he might have some of these magic items that are specifically used here that he will give you at a good price. But you're
Okay.
definitely not getting the best deal. Like you didn't shop around, but he's at
Okay.
least you see that he is a quick option and that he will actually use these items.
Okay. Fair enough.
Who is next?
Just if I've not been, do you you want to lead me over the monastery?
I don't know if I have been here either.
Ah,
Well, I was sort
all
of
right.
here, but I wasn't here when we were here.
Yeah.
Well,
So
it's over yonder. Let's go make
there
reintroductions.
there's a monastery which is the Cumulus Conclave, which is what this place is named for, and then there's the temple where Father Vent is from, and that's the Father Vent, and the temple is where Otisesh was. So those are the two places I think. I don't know which one you were referring
I was talking about 8, which when I got the name was the Monastery of Tempest Volans.
to. Okay, then that's fine. Then that is the temple. Yep. Okay. Great. Yeah.
Cool.
So you guys together make your way. You walk the bridges. People are calling in the streets as they're selling and buying and trading. Um, make both of you please make me perception checks.
Is it psych based?
It sure is.
Sweet. Good thing. Man, we are a great wisdom pair. Um,
I got a 6.
I got a 14.
I got a natural one. Hey, uh, Heath, bunch of
Hmm.
wizards are definitely mean mugging you. Like as you walk by, the apprentices pay more attention to you. Uh, People walking around Fulguratus, but it is specifically the people in the wizard robes that are watching you a little closer than others.
All right. Heath is going to walk over to a wizard that's giving him the stink eye.
He kind of like looks back to what he's doing, and he's looking at a list. Can I help you?
Oh, good afternoon, my friend. I couldn't help but feel that I had gained your attention. Wanted to see what was going on. No reason to dance around it.
Um, he looks down at his paper. Sorry, I'm very busy. I have a lot of things to do. We look at a lot of people. You are just another person on the list of people that we must look out for.
I'm on a list.
Well, many people were scanned, and people of interest as they entered through into the into the Cumulus Conclave. We have to make sure those who may or may not have the potential of dangerous magics or abilities are monitored. But carry on, have fun in the Cumulus Conclave. He is saying this with your passive insight, with just absolute loathing that you are even speaking to him.
All right. I'm not actually gonna mess with this guy. I could. I'm not. Uh,
Yeah,
I I wish that you have the as good a day as you wish upon me.
very good. And as as you begin to walk away, you do remember Tharoon saying that they had ways to detect the cult of Tenebris and the taint on people. Uh, that now that you know that, you're like, oh, maybe that's what people are. These wizards are
Yeah.
definitely and they weren't eyeing Otisesh. It was like specifically you. Um,
To be honest, Heath, this is the first time something like this has ever happened.
Where you're not the one getting me mugged.
Indeed.
I'm happy to be of service.
It's very strange for me in this part of the world.
uh, without further ado, you make your way up the monastery, and you see a large temple. It is very open. Airflow moves through it. Lots of wind, like chimes. And kind of standing at the pulpit, you see this Air Ganassi with like cloudy hair. Father Vent, who cast the Windwalk on all of you, is kind of in the middle of finishing up a service. A few minutes go by. He finishes. Some of the congregation come and see him. You see the strange thing you see. You notice suits of armor that like pieces of armor that are just being filled with like whirling winds, and there's like weapons to the side that they are standing or like floating slightly off the ground as like temple guards. And as you guys make your way in, do you make yourself known? Are you trying to get his attention?
Yeah.
What kind of temple is this?
This is the temple of Tiddly.
Tempest Olens.
Yes.
But
Tempest
what is that?
Olens. That is like the primordial god of wind, storm, air. Where like you have the dragon
Okay.
pantheon. This is like the primordial like Titan pantheon or primordial
Got
pantheon
it.
versus. So it's like there are like the four elementals of like the primordials, and this is one of their religious sects. Temple Volans, yeah. And you see these air elemental myrmidons. Father Vent kind of like once he's finished talking to some of the congregation, and you see humanoids, you see, people of winged variety moving in about, and then he makes his way over to you. He goes, "Welcome, welcome. I'm glad that you both made it back under your endeavor."
As are we. We were hoping to chat a bit more, and I haven't actually made it over yet, but I believe in some ways you're familiar with Odiseth.
Uh, yes, we did not have the most pleasant conversations, but it seemed like whatever I did for him helped a little bit. But I'm not sure what was wrong, to be fair.
Do you assume creatures who are not familiar with you have something wrong with them?
No, you came speaking to me about jobs, but I could see that there was a battle happening behind your eyes. Your facial expressions were strangely moving, and I assumed that there was something minorly wrong of your mental state. So I did a prayer to protect you from influences. I
I
do not
see.
I did not do it as a thought that you are different. I can see when there is a struggle in someone. It is my job to lead my flock. I meant no offense if I
Well, this,
offended you.
on the contrary, this was quite helpful. I thank you for your service.
I appreciate it. Are you here for the job inquiry? I know you asked me about it. Or is there anything else I can help you with?
What was the job here with the temple?
Oh, I need some brave and tougher and daring people to go catch a bunch of lightning in a bottle.
No,
I
I
have
don't believe that's one we're going to be pursuing.
Oh, all right. I have specially made vessels that you fly into thunder clouds and you capture the lightning, and then it is used for some of the holy rituals. It was on the job board. That's what I originally met Utsesh for.
That that does sound like it could be entertaining, but and if we're actually stuck here for much longer, we may take it up to avoid going stir crazy. But no, we were hoping for honestly any insights into uh, if you know of any way to expedite our trip into the Cumulus Conclave, it'd be appreciated.
The
But
Wizard's Tower is what you're
uh,
aiming for?
indeed,
Well, the something's up. I mean, Fogaratis, they used to be, at least my predecessor taught me, they used to be so welcoming. They used to be here. People from, Stravend would come and seek magics and teachings, and it's been trickles. It seems like many people come here praying, hoping to be further in line, waiting for their chance. It's a shame, honestly. I unfortunately don't have any true power over the workings of the wizards, but I do my best to say prayers for them, and hopefully the wind blows favorably for them. But it's they've been so closed off. All of the all of the arcanists seem to be they do not speak to the outsiders. They seem to be walking, judging, doing whatever arcane business they have here, but it always feels like it is under a watchful eye, opposed to a friendly approach or the tutelage that it used to be.
And this change predates you, or it happened while you were around?
No, no, no. It predates me. I've heard rumors. I mean, my, my, the person who I learned from and eventually took over for, he continued on further into the plane to the Grand Temple of Volence, the closest point to Volence, and I've been hearing these confessions. I've been hearing prayers. It seems that it seems a lot more people are frustrated. It seems like people are feel like they are be given a runaround, and even when they get these meetings, they don't seem to be getting a fair shake, and they're leaving this place sad, depressed, some even penniless.
That might be the most disappointing but helpful thing I've heard all day.
I, I wish that they would open their arms up again. I wish they would show the kindness and care that that Grandmaster Ralford showed upon others in the long ago. This place, he kind of like gestures, a large like stained glass window, and he gestures to like the tip of Fulguratus. He goes, "This is a place of learning. It was all built to be a wizard school to rival the schools of the great high elves. They would not let humans in, and so Ralford took it upon himself to build this tower so that learning could be accessed by anyone who had the potential and had the will. It is a shame that they have become cloistered and closed off."
That gives me a lot to ruminate on. I appreciate it.
Well, please, anytime you wish to visit, my doors are always open, and may the wind guide you, and you have a good pep in your step.
Thank you. You as well. May the light always shine on your path.
He he nods respectfully, seeming to understand the words. Um,
I've got one other stop that I wanted to make before we wind up back at the tent, but I'm also happy to let Dizzy get a bit of spotlight here.
okay, yeah, let's move over to Dizzy real quick.
I guess, Sam, did you have anything else to, or just have anything else?
No, I don't think so.
All right, Disbin, what's up? What's going down? Where are you going?
Yeah, I think me and Reggie will head to the Genasi sector up in the corner.
You make your way again on a flying carpet over to the Ganassi Quarter, and there you are greeted. They've seen you before, um, and there we go, the conclave. They kind of gesture. One of the people greets you at the docks, like they're expecting you. Uh,
Oh, hi.
Elder Nebula said that you would be joining us within the next few days.
Sure. Wow. I didn't know that I would be. So that's impressive. Yeah, please lead the way. I look forward to seeing her again.
Easily, you are walked. Do you have the skull like floating around you?
I'm gonna say no. I don't think I'd be walking around with down with the skull floating around.
Okay, or sure. Um, you begin making your way, and you are led over to this elder, um, Aragonasi. The tent flaps open for you in a gust of wind. A blow of incense kind of takes in your senses. The smoke clears in the air, and you see Elder Nebula sitting on her makeshift throne. There's a there is a cloudy crystal ball. You see cards laid out around it in a spread. She goes, "Ah, Disbin, I figured you would come visit me soon."
Greetings, Miss Nebula, and me and Reggie will bow in tandem.
She nods to you. Uh, as I told you, I was using some. I was seeking the stars to seek the location of my stolen heirloom, so that I could get you a destination. And lo, did I find out that only it was within a mile of me, and that did surprise me. And then I realized that maybe you had been preemptively successful before I could give you the location.
It was a sort of confluence of events. We were the harpies tried to surprise us, and well, it kind of worked. And they tried to take down me and my friends when we were a bit weakened from a battle. And well, I suppose we're the ones here to tell the tale. They are not.
Well, it seems like that it was fate for us to have that conversation. And it seems like you have been guided back. So please, what can I do for you?
Well, Miss Nebula, I think it's more accurate to say what I can do for you. The harpy leader, she had control of the elements, but she also had this, and I will produce the skull.
She kind of like gasps for a second. She goes, "Come to me, my pretty," and it kind of begins floating toward her. "Oh, it's been so long since I've seen you. Do you mind?" She kind of gestures to you because you are currently attuned to it.
Of course, please.
So she kind of like plucks it and begins looking at it. "Well, it has been so long. This has been passed down through our tribe. It is what allows us the deep connection we have with this place, and knowing more. It is how we can travel the sands, using the knowledge of the plains that other do not know. This is a great gift, and it will not be forgotten." Um, and she kind of studies. You see her gnarled fingers, and she stares deeply. You, you have plans that you need enacted. You have questions that you don't want to ask, and you worry that certain ears could hear it that should not. And she smiles and she claps, and you watch all the Ganassi leave this tent. And she kind of gestures with a finger, and a light, like whirlwind, kind of picks up, maybe about like 20 feet outside of you. So you're hearing this like white noise of wind. She goes, "Dearie, tell me what it is you seek."
Well, Miss Nebula, I we need to speak with the Grand Master of the Temple of the Tower of Fulguratus. You know, we're trying to do the right thing, go the proper channels, but bureaucracy is a slow moving vehicle at best. We believe we have found an alternate way to get in, but it may upset some of the wizards and people who live here. I mean, it wouldn't hurt anyone. It wouldn't cause any harm, but I don't think they'll appreciate it.
Well, We don't have a direct connection to Fulguratus. This is our home. I'm sure that a few rapscallions might be able to assist you if you need. I can go obviously through the official channels to start for you, but how about this? She kind of looks around. Are you trying to penetrate the magics of Fulguratus' protections?
Dizzy kind of like looks away sheepishly. Sorta.
Well, then I have a gift for you. She kind of, she looks around, and she reaches her gnarled fingers into like a bit of like her bodice and like pulls out a glass dagger. Make me a perception check involving sight.
Okay. Did it not go through? Of course it did. Why would D&D Beyond work?
You just tell me it.
Let's see what I get. Sorry, I got a 4, Gene.
There's something familiar about what she's handling, but you don't really know material super good.
Sure.
She hands you this glass dagger. She goes, "This might be of aid if you need to interact with the tower."
Thank you. This is wonderful. My friend Kellen is well versed in all things magic. Um, if you're, I know you said you have some rapscallions who can help, but we may need a distraction. Could I call on your folk?
She nods. She says, "Let Beelzebub know when you need us."
At Besma. Oh, yes, of course. Yes, Besma. Great. It's been wonderful.
Would that suffice as payment, or would you need more?
I kind of look down at the dagger. Uh, as long as it's a really big distraction, no, I think that'll do.
I think you have more questions that you have not thought of.
I, mm,
How about this? I will give you. She kind of. You watch her shuffle a deck of cards. And she draws a card. And it is a 4. It is a 4 with like emeralds and diamonds. And she flips it to you. You can ask me one question a day, and I will give you 4 answers. She hands you this like
oh,
divining card. And it's just
I don't know what to. I'm not sure what to ask, but
It is not need. Maybe I do not know how much longer you will be here, but if anything comes up that you need, the questions of things that only some would consider legendary to be answered, I will gift you as part of you returning the great artifact to us, our heirloom.
okay. 4 days, 4 questions.
And it does not have to be
What?
sequentially, just over the next. You have 4 questions.
Thank you. This is truly a great benefit. Um, I will speak with Benzba when I require his services, but other than that, thank you so much.
Of course. way. And so we'll just kind of lastly wrap it. But Tom, what's the last thing you would like to visit?
Oh, but give me. There's Kolmu's shop and had a bunch of armor stuff, and I didn't write down much of it. I just want to know what was there since we got money.
I can. I
It was
will. I
not,
will
not an exciting
send
role
you-
play thing.
I will send you a list in Discord for the group, so you can see the magic items that are available here for easy
Mhm.
purchase. But I think with that, you all are going to reconvene with your information, and I think that's a good place for us to end, and that's where we can start next session with moving some plans. But before we do that, I need Rennie roll me a D10 with advantage, as you have helped.
Oh, boy.
She's putting in a good word for you.
Here we go, guys. $10, baby.
Okay, that is 1,000 further down. You are now at 1954.
Wow.
Moving on up.
Moving on down.
All right, but thank you guys for playing. It's getting late, so I figured let's wrap it up, and we will try to reconvene in 2 weeks. So, good night, everyone.
Night.
Good night.